Okay, so it's finally happening. I'm making the koala looping tutorial. Yeah, I'm so sorry that it took me so long. I know that I've been promising it for ages and it was so frustrating that I couldn't do it sooner. But yeah, you know, life with a baby and a toddler is like, you know, baby and then a toddler. It's quite challenging. My first koala looping video has already almost 19,000 views on my YouTube channel, which is huge. I did a lot of experimenting in the videos that came afterwards and ended up going down a bunch of dead ends that I eventually abandoned. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you the techniques and solutions that I actually stuck with. On social media, I asked you guys what format would you prefer, if you wanted a long video with everything or a series, and I decided for a compromise. I'll make one a little bit longer video that will cover all the basics so that you could start looping straight away. And then I'm going to create a series of shorter videos with individual tricks that I keep discovering. It's because I didn't want to make one large video and then keep coming with new ideas, and also Koala is evolving too, so we can expect new features that will make life looping easier or more interesting in the future. So I didn't want to make one long video that would be outdated soon. So this video is going to be like the first one of the series. Alright, I don't like long intros, so let's get right into it. So the whole trick consists basically in preloading empty pads into a sequence beforehand. The very first thing that you need to decide before doing that is how long your sequence is going to be. After many videos that I've made, I think that the best length is 4 bars. It depends on your BPM, but usually it's just the best length because the shorter sequence leads to the feeling of too much repetitiveness, whereas the longer one leads to the feeling of boredom. It's a little bit too boring to wait, you know, like, you know, when it's something else happens. So let's just set it up for 4 bars like this. Now, you have to open the sequence and preload the pads like this. If you do this for the first pad like this, the other ones will load in the full length like this already. Let's start with 4 pads, 4 samples. Now, you always have to remember where is what. I didn't have to care about this before starting looping, but now you have to remember that, you know, you are in the card A, B, C, D, and also how the individual pads are numbered because they go the way you read. So it's from left to right, and then you go again to the left and to right, you know, just the same way as you read. So I can remember if I have my iPad, do you say it sideways? In the landscape mode. Yeah, landscape mode. I can remember that up to the A8, English is weird. It's my first line. English. Yeah, you know what I mean. And so on and so forth. Probably the most tricky thing for you. It was also for me, but I got used to it a little bit. Counting. Okay. Just let's keep the 110 BPM. And now you have to enable the metronome. Yeah. And then you have to count in your head. You don't have to actually count, but I don't count literally, but I can already sense, you know, where the end and the start is. But sometimes you really have to focus. So let's get started. I will improvise completely. I don't know what am I going to do at all. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Na, na, yeah, yeah, yeah. So here you can see that it worked. You saw me counting to the very end of the sequence and then I started recording. This is the tricky part. You can't start singing later than you want the sound to come in, because otherwise it would be delayed. Also, I don't recommend starting recording too soon, because if you make any other sound inadvertently, like, I don't know, clicking or tapping, whatever, Koala will detect it as the start of the sample. Which also brings us to another problem, which is when your audio fades in too slowly. For example, I'm using vocals, and sometimes I wanted to make some backing vocals that would come in softly, like This can be problematic because Koala has a hard time detecting this kind of transients. When your audio doesn't have like a very clear transient, Koala sometimes cuts the beginning off and then everything is off. This also includes tapping your screen, for example. I actually remember using the tapping on purpose to help Koala detect the transient. Yeah, I remember that I did this in the past. Also, what I forgot to mention when you work with the vocals is breaths and long sibilants. These things brought me so much trouble, because when you start recording, before you inhale, the breath makes the start of the loop, so it's something that you don't want. The same with the sibilants, I made so many songs in Koala, and I always struggle with the Z's and S's at the beginning of the phrase, because it always throws everything off, so you have to pronounce these things really shortly. Yeah, I'm using vocals. You can use whatever kind of audio for that, but this is a good thing to remember. Yeah, so I don't know how to explain the counting better. Maybe I'm going to demonstrate it a couple of times again for you to see it. This is a matter of training, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Na 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 ya ya. Na 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 ya ya. Okay, so now I try to demonstrate the counting. I believe that this will help you to learn the counting as well. Also, what I didn't say is that it really doesn't matter where you end the sample when it comes to the left space, because the pad will just keep playing to the very end. Sometimes you can use this to make like infinite loop. I'm gonna demonstrate it as well, but I have to create another loop like this. Now I'm going to make like an infinite sound, like a drone sound. Yeah, so what I did right now was that I made a sound that sounds like infinite, consistent, because I stopped recording after I stopped singing, and I kept singing so that during the performance you couldn't see any hear any problem, you know, like it would sound so that it would play without stopping. Okay, so these are the absolute basics. This way you can sample vocals, instruments. You can also use your body, you know, for body percussions or beatbox, or I use some kind of, you know, I wouldn't call it beatbox, but like my mouth sounds a lot. Or the table, or, you know, what have you. Just be creative. Okay, so now let's move to the effects. For me personally, the effects are absolutely crucial because I'm a delay and reverb freak. Everybody knows that. And it's pretty easy to overdo it while working in Koala because you do some very weird things as putting reverb on the master bus. Because when I first started with Koala looping, I was quite frustrated that I couldn't add any effects to the looped samples. I only used them for my mic. So you could hear the effects when I was actually recording the samples because I also put a microphone into one bus. Oh, what am I doing? If you are singing or playing your instrument, it's pretty essential to have the microphone input in the mixer because you can sing or play live while your loops will be playing. So you have 3 places where you can put the effects and you can combine them carefully. I would start with the main bus, you know, the master bus, because if you want a reverb to be on everything, both live singing and the loops, you have to do it, although it's pretty, I would say, unconventional. Okay, so where is it? Free verb. Like this. What I like is to make quite a big size, but decrease the wetness, you know, the mix. And also, no. Yeah, maybe like this. Let's try it out. Maybe a little bit too gentle. I like it like this. Okay. I wouldn't recommend to put anything else to the main bus. Except for like the mixing plugins, which I always put. Okay, I gotta go. I'm back. Okay, so on the main bus, I wouldn't recommend to put more effects, except for like the compressor and limiter. Where's the limiter? Here. I would also do it, yeah, like this. It's more logical. I won't dive into the compressor and limiter settings right now because it's another topic. On the mic bus, I would also go with the compressor. It's pretty important. Yeah, like, yeah, something like, you know, as I said, compressor, equalizer. Oh yeah, this is something that I put on the master bus as well. Yeah, I will cut the lows from the vocals like this and boost the tops. Here I would also put it maybe here or yeah. Usually I also have to boost the top end here. It depends. And then here I put some delay because I like delays. I'll try what it sounds like together with what I have already looped. It was off the key, right? was just thinking of making it again, but you know, it doesn't matter. I was just thinking of my daughter. Because I was afraid that I would wake her up. What I also like, and this is the third place where you can put the effects on, is using the old good perfume effects. I used to love the tempo delay when I, when Koala still didn't have the mixer. I put it basically on everything because I really like the ping-pongy effect of it, which sounds really cool together with percussions. So, yeah, like this. Let's put some okay, later. My brain is too quick. So this also can sound pretty nice, but be careful because it's delay and it's on the master bus, basically. Now let's try to make some percussions, which is something that I wanted to talk about a minute ago. It sounds pretty interesting with the tempo delay, but it doesn't have to be there, but we already enabled it, so let's try it out. Percussions, you can do them the same way as you do the long sounds, but with shorter MIDI notes. So I'm gonna, no, it's too much. Yeah, like I'm gonna create like the typical 4 on the floor beat. Yeah, I am visually impaired, so this is a little bit difficult for me. And you know what? Let's make some... oh my goodness. I'm not used to doing this because I always sample, always sequence everything manually, like while it's playing, not like this. So, yeah, it should. Hopefully, it should work. So let's try it out. Let's edit it straight away. Yeah, you got it, right? Also, now I have the perfume effect enabled, but so it doesn't matter. But if the delay was enabled here, I would really recommend to disable the microphone if possible, because otherwise the beats that you are recording would go into the delay and it wouldn't probably sound the way you want it. I hope that I didn't forget anything essential. These are the very basics of the koala looping, and I believe that now you will all run to your tablets and phones and will try it out. Please, if you have any questions or if you think that I forgot about something, leave the comment below. You can also message me. If you want to be up to date with everything I do, please follow me on my social media, especially Instagram, where I'm trying to make a new kind of content. And also, you can go to my Patreon and support me and download some vocal samples or anything else that I put there and will keep putting there, hopefully soon again. Next time I will teach you how to fade the loops out, and then probably how to work with the resampling and also granular track, infinite delay looping, how to add harmonies, manual delay, how to work with multi-selection and the stretch together with a pitch. All these little tiny ideas that can make the whole thing way more interesting and fun. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and like the video. It will really help my channel that's been sleeping since my daughter is born. And see you next time.